Everybody, how's it going? Today is February 10th, 2022. It is a Thursday. You know what that means. Time for some Monster Strike news, and let's get going. And of course, I'm sure you're probably already aware of, but the Monster Strike collab that is coming in February is, drumroll, bam, World Trigger. It is actually about the same time last year that we were in the midst of it. February 2021 was also World Trigger, so we get this 2 years in a row. The World Trigger Part 2 collab starts on February 12th, noon Japan time. And let's go quickly through the gacha monsters that are here with the collab. First, we got Karasu Kyosuke. His abilities are the following. We got Super Minesweeper M, Super Null Speed Down Wall, Status Effect Recovery, that's all on the main, and we also have Null Warp and Drain on the gauge. Strike Shot is a 20+4 speed and power up. There's a follow-up attack, and then once he's done moving, he will move again towards the closest enemy and continue attacking. So this is kind of like Kagura from Gintama, if you remember that, right? She moves around, stops, and then moves once again. And this Strike Shot is really useful for, you know, quests where you have those like effects where something happens, maybe after a skull gets activated, or you kill a monster, something happens, you hit a counter attack, something happens. Those kind of style of stages are very powerful with this Strike Shot. So it's something that you want to keep your eye on for sure. And of course, as is always the case with collab monsters, the best I can say is follow-up attack, because you know those attacks are very unique to each monster. So I highly suggest that if you want full details of these collab monsters, to take a look at the official video from YouTube with X-Flex channel, to see them in action, to see what exactly is going on. Of course, in a few days when the collab rundown video goes up for me, I should have the details. You know, people will all have already mined it out, figured out the calculations on GameWith or other sites to figure out how good these multipliers actually are and how much you want to, you know, chase after these monsters. Let's see, Bump Combo, all enemy Pierce Unlock on Shockwave 3 along with a Super Strike Shot Turn Reducer Bullet. I mean, 2 supers is always good, especially with Minesweeper M. Always love to see that. Null Speed Down Wall is, you know, one of the newer gimmicks, and you also have Warp. So Warp, Speed Down Wall, and Mines, not a bad set for sure. And you also get some utility with Drain and Status Effect Recovery. Definitely seems like a strong get there. The next monster we have is in the wood element. We've got Kizaki Deji, and Reiji here has a Super Null Damage Wall, Super Minesweeper M, Weak Point Slayer all on the main. You also have Gravity Barrier, Null Gravity Barrier, and Recovery M on the gauge. Strike Shot is a 16+8 speed and power up, and there's a follow-up attack after he is done moving. Bump Combo is a wood Chozetsu Pierce Spread EL3 along with a bump speed up combo. Again, the set looks pretty solid. We got Minesweeper, Damage Wall, and Gravity Barrier. Of course, we are missing those newer gimmicks. That pool of newer gimmicks isn't there for Reiji, so you might not see him on any of the newer difficult stages, but certainly a solid set. And again, Super Minesweeper is always a nice utility. And getting that Slayer on the main, good sign for sure. Shinodora Masufumi is going to be your last gacha monster, and he looks like the following. Got Super Null Warp, Minesweeper EL, Super Laser Stop, Super Null Speed Down Wall, and Status Effect Inner Strength. Strike Shot is an 18+8 speed power up, and there's a follow-up attack to the first hit enemy. Bump Combo is a Dark Energy Ball first since was it Doubt, I think? So this is good to see. And you also have Chozetsu Slashes, which are okay. But again, lots of supers. You got 2 super, you got Warp and Speed Down Wall, along with a Laser Stop to help you, Super Laser Stop to help you heal as well. You also have status effect Inner Strength to give you extra damage along with an EL level Mind Super. It's not super, but EL is also really tasty as well. So I think all of these monsters do have pretty decent kits applied to them. So definitely gonna have to keep your eye out for, you know, what people are saying in terms of how good they are once we see them in action, and their strike shots as well, to see how much is actually going to be worth chasing or not. But at least on first glance, they don't seem too bad. Now, I don't think there's anything obviously broken that you can see right away here. Like, it's not like energy balls on a blast monster to see what that could do to the game. But definitely interesting skill sets to keep an eye on. We'll see how they look in the next few days. The 4 or 5 star gacha monsters that you'll also be getting will be Kitora Ai in fire and also Kuroe Futaba in water. Those are going to be your 5 monsters that you have, and the collab is lasting for a full 3 weeks. So we've got a true full-fledged collab despite the 2 reruns. Even though this is part 2, you know, we still get the chance to pick up these, and of course you'll have the ability to pick up the older gacha monsters as well, and I fully expect that there will be a separate gacha if you want to pick up those. Speaking of those monsters, those old part 1 monsters will be getting Transcension Kais as well, so don't worry, they are going to be getting a buff. So let's take a look at Kugayuma, who I think is probably the most used even to this day. We've got super null damage roll, null magic circle, bump combo boost. We also have null block and counter slayer on the gauge. Connect skill includes light resist and strike shot turn reducer, which is activated if you have 3 or more different types than itself. So you can only have Yuma as the speed type in your party if you want to activate it, or if you have a team that has at least 100 luck or more, it will activate those too. Strike shot is an 18+4 speed power up, and then there's a follow-up attack after moving, and there's a bump combo of copy along with defense and speed up. I mean, you know, always good to see, you know, Yuma is used in a lot of places due to the strike shot, you know, just power, as well as, you know, copy, and you know, you get some good ability as well, block, magic circle, and damage wall. I guess, you know, maybe was hoping for a little more for the connect skill, only getting a light resist and strike shot turn reducer. But if you think about it, getting that strike shot turn reducer, you know, with that strike shot, interesting. Alright, next up we have Jin Yuichi. His Transcendent Kai looks like the following. We've got super null gravity barrier, super null wind, null element resist on the main, and then on the gauge we have null warp with status effect recovery. Protection is on the connect skill along with a gravity barrier slayer, and that is activated with 2 or more different classes than himself, or you have 1 monster that's at least a bounce type in your team. Strike shot is a 12+12 speed power up, and then the follow-up attack to the first hit enemy. The bomb combo is a triangle bomb along with boomerang. Again, you know, 2 supers, always good to see. You also have warp, and on the connect skill, getting that gravity barrier slayer is not bad at all, especially when you have super null gravity barrier. That's always cool to see, because you'll know you'll be speeding up and slaying along the way. Yeah, not bad. And then last but not least, we have Konami Kitty, who I know didn't really have much to show off, and I'm not sure if it's actually going to change. We got super null damage roll, weak point slayer, bump combo ×2, and then we have null block on the gauge. Connect skill is null speed down wall. Ignore the 0 because she only has 1 connect skill, which is actually rare nowadays. Usually you get at least 2. I'm not sure why they gypped her on that. But the requirement there is 2 or more different classes than self, or a total luck of 100 on your team, or more, 100 or more. Strike shot is a 20+4 speed power up and attack while she's moving. So as she's moving, she does like the slashes, and there's a follow-up attack after she is done moving as well. Bump combo is a super expanding pierce lock on shockwave and super crosswave, and that is her kit. Damage wall, block, speed down wall. At least, you know, you can definitely see a case where she might be, you know, the monster to use, but only seeing 1 connect skill, that's kind of disappointing. I just don't know why they wouldn't have fully fleshed that out for her. oh well. Anyways, the Transcendent Kais will be live as soon as the collab begins. So, February 12th, noon Japan time. That's very, very soon. Make sure to take a look at that if you happen to have those monsters. And of course, this is now a staple, so get used to it. If you are willing to pay some money, you can get another exclusive character to the game. It costs 980 yen. You get that monster, which is the only way you can get that monster, as well as some starter items to help out those, especially for those of you who are just starting. These are invaluable items that you can add to help grow your box. And the monster that is locked behind the paywall is Izumi Kohei. And his stats look like the following. We got Mind Super M, Magic Circle Boost, Bump Combo Boost, and null speed down wall. Strike Shot is a 14+4 speed and power up, and there's a follow-up attack to the first hit enemy. Bump Combo is a hard-hitting Chozetsu homing 12, as well as a wall-moving bullet, which does good damage to monsters hugging the edges of the screen. No, I mean, as always is the case with these paid monsters, they aren't broken, they are good. And they're solid monsters to start with. If you're starting out this game, you're here just because of the World Trigger collab perhaps, and you happen to speak English, welcome. It's not a bad monster to get. Now, if you're a veteran of the game, am I gonna say, sound the alarm, make sure you pay up because this is broken? No, absolutely not. I mean, of course, Magic Circle Boost is great. You're nulling against magic circles, which is probably the most annoying gimmick in the game. Speed down wall, one of the newer gimmicks that you probably have to worry about, and Mind Super M. It's a solid kit, but there's nothing about this that's broken that you really need. Again, maybe the Strike Shot might change that, but I just don't think so. So, solid. It's a good monster. Is it worth it? I would say only if you like the collab. Absolutely get it. If you're on the fence about it, can you afford to give up 10 bucks, basically? And if it's yes, why not? If no, don't worry about it, is what I think. Of course, that's not looking at any game with stats. If you want to use game with to help you out as well, they have plenty of people who think about whether or not it's worth it in general. So I would defer to them. But as is the case with these paid pack monsters, that monster will function as a max luck for the duration of the collab. However, it is only for the duration of the collab. After it ends, he will be down to 5 luck, and of course there's no other way to get more copies of him, so he will always be stuck at 5 luck. So make sure you keep that in mind. If you get him, you can use him to farm the quests, if it makes sense. There are 2 dark quests, maybe for that reason. But we'll see what the quests are real quick. The 5-6 star drop monsters, we've got Ikoma Squad, who is rank B, 4th place. Oji Squad, which is rank B, 5th place. Kageura Squad, which apparently is B rank 3rd place. And we've got Ninomiya Squad, who is the B rank 1st place group. Now the 4 5-star monsters, we've got the Suzunari 1st group, the B rank 8th place, and Nasu Squad, which is B rank 12th place. We also have a Chokyu Kyoku Insidious quest, and it features Gatlin and Ratarikov. Thank you. Somebody on Discord was helpful to get me that translation because I was struggling to find that. Now, Insidious quests are always a little bit different each time. For this Insidious quest, you do not have to worry about max lux. However, you will have to farm it over to get to 99. So it's probably gonna be on the slightly harder side. And what? Maybe favoring Yuma because it is a light quest. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. But all of your monsters will function as max lux, so just bring your OP monsters and farm away that way. If you also want to play the older quests for the World Trigger, they will be in the library. Of course, as usual, the Insidious version of Visa is not going to be present. The standard version of him will be in the library. But again, one more time, the Insidious version is not in the library. So please keep that in mind. We're also getting a new Guardian Beast with the collab. Last year we got Replica, which was really strong. This time we get Rindo Yotaro and Raijin Maru. I guess it's a capybara, right? They will be featured as the newest Guardian Beast, and his abilities look like the following. It is going to increase the attack of all monsters with the same type as the monster using it by X%. You can see on level 1 it's a 5% boost. On level 10 it is a 20% boost, which is quite significant. Requirement is fairly easy. All you have to do is pick up 3 items and then you are eligible to use this ability. And of course, you know, as is the case, there is a quest available in that area. You take that, you farm it up to 400 shards. You're gonna have to get 100 another, I think it was 100, right, from another quest, so you can't fully unlock it by just running this quest. You're gonna have to borrow from somewhere else. But the cool thing here is, of course, when it's during a collab, you get double the drop rate, and starting from this time you are able to use a Fueru biscuit, which will double it again. Now of course the 2 times drop rate is just making sure that the chests themselves give a slightly higher rate, because if you've ever played this outside of a collab, which I rarely do, those rate drops are pretty abysmal. So getting it on 2 times rate is at least makes it consumable and you can deal with it. But using biscuits is pretty big. And like I said, Replica was there last time. He is back, so if you have not been able to get him, and he is one of the better Guardian Beasts for sure, if you have not done it already, you can farm it once again to get him. Now this is important: if you have already completed him, you cannot refarm that stage to pick up those shards. The game will know you've already completed him and you're not going to be able to do it anymore, so you can't refarm his quest. So keep that in mind. However, I think if it was saying if you stopped halfway through, that should still be applicable, and you'll still be able to continue from that. There will also be border rank missions. There's going to be a set of quests for each rank. If you complete those missions, you rank up to the next level and you get a new set of quests, and that'll repeat for rank C, rank B, and rank A. And as you complete those quests, you will get in-game rewards. Some of those rewards include monsters, and for those you'll get the combination of Mikumo and Amatori in wood on the left, and you can also get Miwa Squad on the right as possible monsters. And for the duration of the collab, Mikumo and Amatori will function as max luck. However, these guys you can actually max luck if you complete enough missions and log in properly every day. So if you want to make sure that they also continue to function as max lucks after the collab ends, make sure you finish all of the missions. And here's just a sample of the missions. I'm not going to translate it here because you will see in a few days, either on Twitter at ENGMonst or on Discord, these translated missions which you can use to make sure you complete this board, which is full of icons. And basically, I mean, it reminds me of like the materia board on Final Fantasy or something like that. Basically, you're going to be completing those missions. Logging in one day gets you 1 point. Completing a C rank mission gets you 1 point. B rank 2, A rank 3, 4 points. And based on those points, you are able to unlock these rewards. And these rewards will give you side effects, if you remember from that. And these are basically modifiers for the different quests to give you additional bonus boosts, such as extra damage or extra damage to weak points, double chest drops, right? Yeah, double chest drops. And what's actually new is on the bottom right, which says you can overlap status effects or double up status effects. And so if you have multiple active, they will of course not only do more, but they'll last longer. And then the important thing is that when it lasts longer, it actually, you know, it overlaps with the cooldown that you would normally have. Because remember, once you use it, you would have a cooldown before you can use it again. But if you double up on it, it overlaps the cooldown time. So you'll only be waiting for the original amount of time. But since you've extended it, that wait is going to be a little bit less. So that's an interesting concept. I will of course go into more details about this in the rundown video when it comes up and the full details are present and I can get a better grasp of what's going on, but they're based on the textual information there. That's what we're seeing. Now, on top of monster rewards and side effects, you also get in-game rewards, including good job stickers, those items on the top right, and of course premium items on the bottom right, such as orbs and scrolls. Now, it's important to note that these side effects only apply to world trigger quests. If you try to do them, they don't apply on regular quests, impossible missions, gozetsus. No, only collab quests. That does include the ones in the library, and also applies to the sacred beast, not sacred beast, guardian beast. Those are eligible, along with of course the standard event quests for the collab. But remember, collab quests only. Don't try to take advantage of it on the unrelated quests. And of course, with the collab, you get login bonuses. This time we get, the Mikumo pair and Mikumo? I already forgot the name. And the A groups, A7 group. They will come through login bonuses, and of course, on day 5 and 10, you will get Tokudamas, which gets you a single free pull on the gacha. All right. Now I know I was going to try and get this up before the day ended. That didn't happen, so sorry about that. But of course, hopefully you didn't miss Monster Strike Day. That should say yesterday, not today. But hopefully you didn't forget about that Tokudama. And you can change this to today because Nobile's first appearance will happen at 7 p.m. Japan time, which will be later tonight in the late hours if you are in the Pacific time zone. And of course, with the new Bakuzetsu means a Treasure 9 quest, 9 points to hit. If you hit the weak point, you'll get all of the items on the left. The last item will always be the super type scroll. And if you happen to hit the weak point, you will get a nice good job sticker featuring Nobile. Valentine's Day is coming, and if you care about that, there will be a special gacha available for 24 hours, and that is Valentine's Day Japan time, so keep that in mind. We've got the Valentine's alternate arts, such as Nono, Tampopo, who just got her Transcension Kai, Nobunaga, and who's the last in there? Hikari. Those are available, or you can do a ladies gacha, which features only female characters in the game. If you want to pull on that, I don't know why you would. It doesn't include exclusives, so no. And if you are interested in those alternate Valentine's form of Walpurgis or Athena, you can pull on the friend gacha to get a chance to pull that chocolate max speed, and using that as a resource to ascend, you can get these alternate forms, which if you have multiple copies, it is not bad to get one, because remember, alternate forms are considered different monsters in terms of those poison mist attacks. Uncharted Land 30 is coming soon, and that means once we hit 30, we've got a new set of quests opening up, and that means a new monster to farm. We'll take a look at that new monster in a second, but this is also good news for those of you who are behind. If you are running any quest from 1 through 20, those quests are now eligible to use Miracle Mins. Now, of course, if you are on track, right, you've kept up with the latest, you're not playing any of those quests anymore. But if any of you, if you've missed any one for the past few months, you can use a Miracle Min to try and get through some of those quests that may be giving you a headache, which is nice to see. But like I was saying, new monsters, so starting from Uncharted Lands 30 to 39, where that is your final stage, you will be picking up these rewards with Fordhamus. And Fordhamus looks like the following. We don't have a lowdown on her stats quite yet, but we do know that she has super no warp, parentheses luck as an ability, which means she's not going to get that super null warp ability until she is max lucked. So make sure you well, I mean, you should just complete it every month for the rewards. That'll be, I'm sure she'll be okay, nothing amazing, but and this is just a reminder, right? Depending on where you start your stage, the reward monster you get. So starting from 1 to 10, you'll get Ururumis. From 11 to 20, you'll get Flaremis. And then starting on 21, which is unlocking floor 30, you get Flaremis. And it will be interesting to see if we really go up all the way to 50 for whatever light or dark monster could be coming. The Transcendent Kai for this week is going to be Beelzebub, and I think the art looks amazing. His stats look like the following. We got Damage Wall, Magic Circle, Laser Barrier Slayer, and Demon's Bane M, all on the main. There is no gauge for him. And we also get Super Null Gravity Barrier and Strike Shot Turn Charge on the Connect skills, and the requirement is just having 2 or more classes different than himself. Strike Shot is 20+4 speed and power up, and all touch friendly units become invincible for a set amount of turns, and a bomb combo of a light Chozetsu Pierce Spread EL3 along with all enemy super meteor. Strong, I think. Wall, damage wall, magic circle. You got 3 slayers, right? Laser barrier, which can also overlap with the Demon's Bane, demon and demon mancer types. Along with super no gravity barrier, and you get a structure turn charge M. I think that looks solid. Will be interesting to see how he works for sure. Always cool to see, you know, monsters not having any gauges as well. You know, he can be a little blind flicking about that if he's strong enough. So we'll see. And that is it for today. We've got next news at the same time as usual, so tune in on ENG Monst or Discord to see the latest updates. Lucky monsters are here. You can see 2 of them does include the collab monsters from part 1, so you can focus on farming them when they come right away as it starts, or you know, you have other options as well to take a look at. And that is it for today. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions with the collab, let me know. Of course, there will always be a rundown video a few days later, so make sure that if you are curious about that, you can pick that up then. And yeah, I think that's it. This is what we've been waiting for. Now I'm sure some of you might be disappointed it isn't a new one. I for one was hoping for Sailor Moon revival so that we could get some you know, stat updates for those monsters, but I guess I'll just keep waiting for a few months to see if that happens, because it is the 30th anniversary for that. But it was a solid collab. There was a lot of things associated with. There's, you know, a lot of events too, right? I think there was like 7 events, yeah, that we're gonna have to worry about, which is meaty. And you know, just with like the missions, which was very well, you know, I guess integrated to the theme, especially with those side effects. I had pretty good memories of using those side effects, so we'll see how that goes. And I mean, that does mean there's going to be a lot of intricate details that I'm going to have to worry about and talk about, but stay tuned for, of course, those rank level missions. They will be up shortly as soon as I can find them on the site. And yeah, trying to think anything else. I don't think so. Anyways, if you have any questions, let me know. ENG Monst on Twitter. Subscribe if you haven't already. Comment below for more comment or to discuss with me. And of course, Discord is available. And that's it. Thank you for watching. Until next time. Bye bye.